Yeah, I walk one. Tis your boy, Jeton Legendary, and we are back with another Cyberpunk photo session. Real quick, you're gonna be seeing some more videos come out, some shorter videos. I'm still gonna be doing the photo sessions, of course, but you'll be seeing some shorter videos. I've been creating a lot of skits, and I'm re-uploading some of my old skits that used to be over on my gaming channel way back in the day. I'm gonna be re-uploading them here because they fit quite nicely, since you know, cinematics and photography is the thing I'm gonna be doing. But other than that, we're back with the Arab V's. Okay, that's Moroccan V, Afghan V, and Pakistani V. I've realized that I've never done any photo studio photos on them. No, I did one on Moroccan V. That's right, I remember that. I never did it on the other two though, so since she's a part of it, may as well add her and we do some more. Now these setups are probably going to be a bit more dense than what I usually do when I do photo studios, because usually when you're doing a photo studio setup, it's really just about the character. But I want to add a little bit of background for these. So with that being said, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell shows you people join the Legendary Clan Sports Channel become legendary. Consider becoming a member. You can see videos early and whatnot, and other little perks. Instagram, that's where I post most of these photos. Deviant for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. I'm also figuring out how to set up Patreon. It'll more than likely be free, and anything that isn't free will probably be dumb cheap, like a buck or something, because I don't feel the need to make it super expensive anyways. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, let's go. Alrighty. Took a little longer to set up than I thought it would, mainly because I had absolutely no clue what to actually hang up, but I think this looks pretty cool right here. Simple, but it's got a lot going on at the same time. We got the shiny roof to make it look like it keeps, well, kind of keeps going, and then the shiny floor to make it look like it kind of keeps going as well. Got, oh, I forgot to freeze her face. Shoot. I forgot to freeze her face, man. Your boy finally got his camera back in action. Well, by the time this gets uploaded, it'd been back in action. But you're going to be seeing a lot of real-life photography in the Photos of the Week videos now. A lot. Okay. At the moment, mainly like stock image-looking stuff. But, you know, it works. Because I'm learning the camera. I got to learn the camera. This is a new camera, so I gotta learn the thing and understand it and all that. The main issue I'm having at the moment with the camera is I do not know how to reduce the depth of field at specific ranges. That's the only issue I'm having right now. So the depth of field cuts in too soon, which even begins to cut off the object you're trying to take a photo of. So, kind of like now, how we're looking at her, right? You can very clearly see her fully. From the bottom of her to the top of her, you can see all of her clearly, as where you can't see the background clearly. That I gotta figure out how to change that on the camera. Once I do that though, I mean, the camera's quality is superb. To be fair, it is a very expensive camera, so it's a very expensive camera. I would sure hope so, but you know what I mean. It looks great. I also forgot that we're on a darker tone character here, so we don't need to make that so dark. About 80 should be good. Yeah, there we go. Man, hold up. So you're just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. It is pristine. Pristine and clean. For this character's outfit, I mean, I just wanted something simple. Some basic mom jeans, white top, white bottom. I mean, with a little cuff. I mean, she ain't the age to be rocking mom jeans, but people be rocking mom jeans all the time. It's some people's style. That's this character. I would say this character, with the way I made her look, she'd probably be in her late 20s, maybe early 30s. Probably like 28, 29, 30, 31, maybe. within that region. Still fairly young. Still fairly young. Well, I guess in this modern day, not that young anymore. I really do, you know what I mean? Feel bad for the people who think 30 is old. Y'all gonna grow up way too dang fast, boy. By the time you hit 30, you ain't even gonna know what to do. And you ain't even that old. So that's the modern day though. I'm unk now, you know what I'm saying? I'm unk now. That's crazy. It used to be big bro, you know what I mean? Anybody from like 25 to 30 was big bro. Now I'm unk. Like dang, when did that happen? The refrigerator, which I don't know why I put that back there. Well, I guess I kind of do because there's food on the table. But the reflection is not reflecting textures. That's not good. Check the quality of this real quick. Quality is clean, but it's a little too dark still. Let's go ahead up that maybe to about 65, 70. What that looks like. So it's like, you know, these youngsters, man, they aging too dang fast. These fools gonna start thinking 20 is too old. Like, what the fuck? How is 30 old now? I don't feel old. Shoot. But then again, I come from a different era of people, so I mean, I'm not 30 yet, but even then, you know, it's only about a year. Nah, not even a year. It's only a couple of some months away. I personally do not feel old. And I can't say I feel I needed to hurry up because I've always been in a rush to try to get my money right. So maybe a little bit too much of a rush, which has hindered me multiple times. But you know, you live and you learn. I probably would have a poppin' gaming channel right now. But hey, it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I goofed and I gaffed many times. Not this time, though. I still be uploading to the gaming channel, though. Some of those videos actually do pretty dang good. Or I guess I can't say some. A lot of the videos I've been uploading recently have been doing pretty decent. Over on the Warcraft channel, videos usually do decent, so that wasn't too surprising. Seeing those videos do well. And then I'm noticing views are starting to pick up a bit over on this channel as well, so that's good. If possible, I would prefer if it was this channel that started to go up, because photography is one of my absolute loves. I think even if the videos start popping off so much to the point where like I can eat off of it near immediately, I think I would still even take the time to do the schooling and stuff, because that would be kind of sick, honestly. If I get my degrees and whatnot in that mechanic, man, I could give y'all a lot better than a dang gaming channel. Imagine that. Thinking a channel like that, though, I probably wouldn't have much of a choice but to show my face. Because it's too fucking hot here to be wearing masks during the summer on a build vehicle. Unless I want a dang heat stroke, or I'm drinking 10 gallons of water off screen or something. That probably wouldn't be the best idea, but you know, that would still be pretty sick to do a mechanic channel. And then anything I build, I can then take pictures of for the photography camera. I mean, it'd be the best of both world type things. Because when I'm doing my virtual stuff here, the behind the scenes videos were cool, but you know, it made things take a lot longer. When I'm building these setups, when I'm building setups or anything for my photos, for whatever it may be, I can't do too much talking, because then I get distracted by all the talking. And it made shooting these way longer than they needed to be. Because once I'm actually on the photo taking process, well, that's it. I'm taking photos now, so it doesn't matter. I can do as much talking as need be, and I'll be just fine. because we're already on the process of doing photos. I absolutely love the way these three characters came out. Pakistani V here, Afghan V, and Moroccan V. They all three came out fucking stunning. But yeah, it just makes things take too long. And also, I was kind of wondering, how do I set up, what if I wanted to do a real life photo session? How do I set that up? That camera actually takes microphones. I did not know that. Well, yesterday when I was goofing around, taking pictures and stuff, on the side, it had a bunch of ports. I don't know how to open them yet, so I ain't been rushing it because I don't want to accidentally break the dang thing. But there are ports on the side. Bluetooth ports, fucking the options and the settings are crazy. I'm gonna be goofing with that thing all day. All dang day. I'm gonna be taking pictures of some seasonings. Whatever bottle, fancy looking bottles I got. I have a green and a brown bottle, but they both have what do you call it? They got labels on them. I want to figure out how to, if anybody got like something that so somebody let me know, shoot, if there's anything that allows you to properly scrub labels off without having that sticky crap all over it that usually happens, because that's gonna look like trash. I need a straight clean bottle. I got two, but yeah, I don't want them to be all sticky and crap. Her hand is, I'll get her hand out of her belt line. Don't think I can. I wanna do some photos with that though. That'd be tight. Turn her a little bit. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of stock images style photos. That's gonna be me messing around with this camera trying to learn it. I gotta figure out how to reduce the depth of field angle though, because like I said, like this right now, you can see her fully with no issue. No matter how far back I go, she's always the focus. The camera does that, and it has that beautifully. I just need to learn how to reduce how deep the depth of field is, so I can see the full object. Like I was trying to take pictures of, I got a bunch of model cars. I was trying to take a picture of one of them, two of them, and depending on what angle I was at, you could only see a portion of the vehicle. Kind of like the way it is on Forza. Yeah, you know what? That's the best way to put it. Forza is like that. Forza lets you do depth of field, but the depth of field is real deep. So you can cut off portions of the car, which I don't really want to do. That's another issue I had with doing Forza photos. You couldn't change that on Forza. With this camera, I'm 100% sure you can. I just don't know how yet. I just got the thing working. But by the time this video is uploaded, it's the 2nd of August. I just got the thing working on the 31st. No, the 1st. Yesterday. So this is gonna get uploaded on the Sunday, so the 3rd. It's the 3rd for y'all by the time y'all listening and watching. I say listening, as if this is like a podcast or something. By the time y'all watching this, it'll be the 3rd. I'm recording on an oddball day, but you know, me, there's never an oddball day to do some photography, in my personal opinion. It keeps the practice nice, keeps the skills up, you know what I mean? Always practicing, make sure you always stay good at what you do, you feel what I'm saying? Muscle memory or memory, you know? It's like I need to get back to my my exercise regimen. I want to get back to being able to fucking bench 225 multiple times at such a low body weight. I was strong as fuck. Not right now. I've been a little busy. I haven't been able to get very much exercising in. I've been dumb busy. One of these days, whenever I can get me some good cash in pocket, I'm gonna have to replace so much in my wardrobe. Because I'm not opposed to the idea of putting on some more muscle, some more weight, but I got a lot of rare clothes. That's the biggest thing that scares me. Shoes and stuff. I already got wide feet, so I gotta wear way bigger shoes than I need to. I'm a baggy pants kind of guy any dang ways, But the main reason, one of the biggest reasons I wear baggy pants is because how big the shoes I have to wear are. I have wide feet. The problem is they don't make wide shoes no more. Cause of that, I gotta wear shoes way bigger than my actual shoe size. Walking around with some fucking size 11s on. I really only should be wearing like 10, which is still fairly big at my height and size, but 11 is a lot bigger. They don't make wide shoes no more, dude. Only shoes I can get wide anymore is Chucks. That's it. But even then, you still can't even always get those in wide. I'll tell you what, I ain't got no issues with swimming. Yeah, I mean, not that I ain't swam since I was a dang kid, but if I ever needed to like relearn, shoot, I wouldn't have no issue with my dang. I got duck flippers, man. I got fucking duck flippers, dude. Swimming would not be an issue for me. Holy crap. I should become a dang professional, if anything. Slim, strong. These dang duck flippers. I'll probably become the next Michael Phelps out here. Let's do one more for her, and that is a full 10. Oh, that's a good one. You move her side a little bit though. Right about there. Look at the camera. Gonna zoom in a little bit because I just realized her leg is ever so slightly clipping right there. Slight hole in her dang pants. Change her face up too. And boom. Just some simple photo studio setups. Now I did do that. I did do one though for Moroccan V, now that I'm remembering. Yeah, it never hurt to do it again. Which is probably who we're gonna log into next. That is a full 10. A very clean. Lighting is perfection. Oh, that's not 10. We messed up the lighting on one of them. Hold on. I didn't realize that. At number 2. I almost messed up, boy. I would have had it log back in and do rebuild this all. I've done that so many dang times. Forgetting that one of the sets is a light fix and not actually finished. I done did that a few times, boy. Thinking I got the crap fixed and it's not. Or got a full 10, but one of them was just a light fixing. Now you gotta log back in, recreate everything. Sometimes it ain't the easiest. You gotta remember all the stuff you used and crap. That crap sucks. I did that a few times on accident. Luckily not too many times. I usually always check the photos in between. You gotta make sure what you're doing is of quality. Otherwise, you'll look at this stuff and be like, oh, this sucks. I've done that a few times. Beats, pictures. I used to do that all the time. I was stuck with that dang iPhone. Most of the real life stuff y'all saw me doing was with an iPhone. Now don't get me wrong, you can do some quality stuff on a phone. That's the job of a camera, you know? Yeah, pickup trucks can haul a lot of weight, but let's leave that to the semis. You know, that's what a semi truck is for. Semi trucks got the weight, they have the engine, they have the torque for it. Pickup trucks, they have the torque, they don't have the weight, which means extra strain on the engine and the transmission. The drive lines too, which causes issues after a little while. You know, what's gonna do the job easier? a big old semi truck that weighs 15, 16, 17,000 pounds, has 500 horsepower, almost 2,000 foot-pounds of torque, or a pickup truck at 7,000 pounds, a way smaller engine, about 400 to 500 horsepower as well, almost as much torque, but you're only weighing 7,000 pounds. That's going to be far more strain. You know what I'm saying? I just recently, before we switch over, I just recently saw a video of a dude using a fucking scooter. No, not a scooter, a motorcycle to move a bunch of dang barrels. Now, granted, the barrels were probably all empty, so it probably wasn't actually that heavy in comparison to what it looked like. It looked like it would have been heavy, but it probably wasn't actually that heavy. It was a bunch of those giant blue plastic barrels. So, probably decently heavy. You know, you would have a hard time carrying it by hand if you even could. But, you know, you would have had a truck, you would have did that job a trillion times easier, rather than rolling down the street on a motorcycle at like 20 miles an hour or less with a bunch of blue barrels on his back, on the back of a trailer. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see here. Since we're photo studio setups are usually fairly easy to put together, it's all about the look. We got Moroccan V in the building. She's in a Burberry looking pajama set. Like some straight Burberry type crap, man. Alright, so we gotta do something for this character. I think it should be low tone. Right? Low tone, but kinda expensive looking. Got the purple here, but I'm thinking we should do more of a red. Like a dark red. I see some reflective, that'd be tight. I already got an idea of what I'm gonna do for Afghan V. I already got the idea on that one. Oh, that might be it. Dark red at the top, dark red at the bottom is what I'm thinking. And we use the Moroccan stuff again for her. That should look pretty swaggy. I'm thinking. Oh shoot, I'm like, I don't know where this is at. Gotta use the dang feet for gauge. Usually with some sneakers, it works the best. I can't tell where the land is, so I'm gonna move this forward because I didn't mean to put it that far. I usually don't put it that far away. Right there. Actually, it's usually hardest with the Air Forces. For some reason, it's clipping hard. Let me see. What? Really? Bruh. Ain't where the fuck I wanted it to be. Now we can't even see the. Okay, I'm gonna say now I can't even see the grip. Okay, boom, there we go. Yeah, I'm thinking the Moroccan stuff would work nicely again. With this character, I got the idea of something fancy. Neon green. Since when? Neon yellow, neon green. Man, this ain't never had a neon green option. Unless I'm fucking blind for all these dang years I've been using this mod. Where the fuck we see a neon green? How I got a neon green right now? I see neon yellow, low, yellow, red, red, purple, purple, pink, pink, gold, gold, dark red, blue, blue. Shoot. Guess we're using neon green. Go ahead and make that nice and big. The fuck? I've been wanting a neon green as an option for the longest. Since when? Has this been an option? Shoot, I'm about to use it right now. Well, would you look at that? I said I wanted something different and luxurious for this character. There we go. Neon green made it different and luxurious. I ain't never had a neon green option. I've been using this mod for years now, I think. Yeah, I think I've been using this mod for a couple of years now. Never had neon green as an option. Unless I'm having some sort of error here where my menu ain't going all the way down. But I mean, it stops. Doesn't go farther than these two areas. But somehow, yeah, unless somehow it's just been glitching this whole dang time. Neon green never been an option. It's like a key lime right here. This will work perfectly. Shoot. I ain't never seen this. Grab, what was the first one? This one? Okay, so we'll go ahead, grab this one, and just push it forward. Ooh. The wrong forward. Shoot. Neon green. I ain't never seen. Stop. I mean, it's the truth, but we're gonna clone the floor and lift it up a little bit. Ooh, that's a little too low. About there. And now we find the Moroccan items and make use of them again. Yeah, I ain't never seen that. Shoot, I got it now though. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I messed up somewhere. Hold on. Oh, it's Morocco. I'm pretty sure I know how to spell Moroccan. I don't think that's something I've just suddenly forgotten. What carpet is this? I've never seen this one. Carpet 2? Carpet 1. Oh, would you fucking look at that? Didn't know you could do that. Didn't even know he had an option of 2. We're gonna use this one since we never used it before. A clone and move it to the side. We got some specialties going on here. What the heck? There's another mod that didn't have another option at moving stuff, but apparently it does now. So we're gonna make use of it. Hey, if some stuff randomly pop up that's brand spanking new and I ain't got to use, I'm gonna use it. Like apparently. Neon green walls. Hopefully it doesn't make her too green, but we'll see. Hopefully it don't. I don't think it will, but you never know. Nah, something's definitely changed around here. This was not an option either. What the heck is going on around here? There's definitely some things, some additions got made here, clearly. Go ahead, move that back. Okay, maybe we should lower the roof. It is kind of up there. I mean, I guess in the instance of trying to make this look all fancy, it probably should be lower just because it'll make it look cleaner. Give a more not nostalgic, why I say nostalgic? Give more of that luxurious look that we're going for here. I can add everything. Let me see, does everything else all of a sudden got options? Okay, this one doesn't, but it still has an option. Must be some of the new features that I didn't pay attention to that were added since the update. There was a lot of new features that I really didn't pay attention to. Oh, that could most definitely just simply be the case. I was not paying attention to the newer stuff that was added. Nah, come on, man. Nah, there was not a pink. There was only one color. It was only the default. Somebody trying to play with me, man. Well, shoot. Since we're using the red and green, there was not this many colors, man. White silk. I mean, we got the red and green, so I'm thinking maybe a brown. Oh, wait, red? Oh, red it is. That is pretty. Okay, well, this is going to take us a while now, all of a sudden, folks, because I didn't know. Man, there was not all these colors. There was not. There was not all these colors, man. They did just recently release proper, what's the name for Vortex. Maybe it had to do something with all these. Claire, I love how you call everybody fucking else except for me when I'm on that dang Xbox. She still ain't called me on Xbox. I don't know where to be at. For her to call you without going too far in the game. I'm not trying to go too far in the game. I want to do some dang street races on Xbox. Okay. I just want to do some dang races on Xbox, man. That's all. That crap gives you a lot of money and so many dang what's names. It is the easiest grind ever. You did not know, now you know. Racing is the easiest fucking grind in all of Cyberpunk. Okay, yeah, no, something definitely got added because there's literally neon lights on this plate. Now, I know for a fucking fact that that wasn't a light up, man. You just doing all that lighting, now all of a sudden I'm recording, you don't want to light up no more. Don't play with me. Look at this. This was not an option. It was not. I've been using these walls forever. There was no neon green. Something definitely changed. I don't know what. Okay? But something changed. For sure. This was not an option for these. These items down here had one option. That's it. You know what I just realized? I think something's clashing. Because these never had these options, but I can change this thing too. There's some collision of mods going on here. I think it's safe to say it's the wall mod. The walls are doing something to everything else. I don't know what and how that makes any sense, but like I was trying to say before I started stuttering, they updated Vortex for Cyberpunk. So Cyberpunk has actual support now, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. That's what I've seen, at least. So there's a possibility that... Wait, that's a tea tray. There's a possibility that... which is good. All mods are working accordingly, I guess, now. But there might be a little collision going on here. Because none of these had this option. Unless I'm just wrong. None of these had this option. You couldn't change the color on these things, man. It says neon green. That doesn't even make sense. Why would you have a neon green cup? This was not an option when I first used this stuff on our first, when we did the first Arab Ladies episode. These were not options, man. They were not. You know what's also a plausible cause, now that I think about it, is the fact that, you know, when 2.3 came out, I updated a lot of my mods. And these are probably options that the people that made the mods added. And I forgot. Somehow I forgot. Well, I mean, to be fair, I ain't used none of this stuff in a minute. Yeah, I kind of just now thought about that. I'm like, wait, I might be a dang dummy. I updated half this stuff when 2.3 came out. And this might be genuine stuff that was added, although the green walls is very surprising because I don't remember updating that mod. We got them, so I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna place this about here because I'm gonna try to. She's gonna be mostly seated. The fuck? Oh, couch is floating. Did not realize this. I'm trying not to do these little cuts in between too dang much. I'm having a good time though. So it's kind of hard not to, you know. Plus we almost done here. Yeah, I didn't realize the couch was floating. They put that down. That makes sense because everything else was showing up floating. I like the silk options though. These is nice. I didn't see these. I don't even know if I updated these. It's probably a lot more mods I need to update too. So I'm gonna check back and update some more stuff when I'm done here. Got one more character after this anyway, so may as well get some more stuff updated. Gotta clear the path a little bit because she is gonna be seated for pretty much 90% of these. I kind of realize I don't do that very often. It's just make the character seated for all the poses. A very realistic thing. I've never done that. I usually do like half and half. But, you know, it never hurts to do full or full, you know. Which I usually always do them always standing up. Dang near never do them sitting down. I don't think that thing ain't floating. Alright, let's see what these dang green lights look like. Surprise, surprise, green lights are very green. They are quite green, but it's beautiful because I did not even know I had that option. I still technically don't, actually, because I don't even see where neon green is an option. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do for lighting, because I don't think overall lights is gonna work with the way we have to set this up. If she's gonna be so dang low to the ground all the time, I think a single lamp setup might be the way for this one. We shall see. That looks great right there. That looks great. Not even gonna really see the lamp pretty much ever. I might make them stand up for a few. Might do a half and half. It's hard not to, you know. Half and half is usually just the way to go. I'm thinking, should I do a single lamp setup to make it look a bit more realistic? Or floating? I could not tell at that angle, but it is definitely floating. I'm backing on up. Oh, not that far. The nozzle to stay outside the couch. Stay back just a little bit more. Up just a little bit more. And give it a slight tilt to a slight dangerous tilt to indeed show that it is leaning. Could possibly fall. Though it's never actually going to do that. It could though. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you know what I mean? That's what would happen in real life if you had it sitting on an angle like that. Sitting there doing your little modeling thing and then boom, you get hit upside the face with a dang hooker. I just added an R to the end of that on accident. I said a hooker. I was thinking of Warcraft. For my non-Warcraft players, there's a species of monkey in Warcraft called the Duker. And they add a R at the end of everything that has two O's in it. So they say Duker, Dukin, Ooker, and stuff like that. And that's what that reminded me of. I was just on not too long ago before I got up on here, trying to check some things out. I think a single lamp setup might be the way. This looks good, but I don't think we need this many lights. Let's see. Let's check first and make sure that that's the truth. Single lamp setups are always good for when you need a bit more of a, not so much less professional, but more raw. You get what I mean? You want more of that real look versus ultra professional. Okay, never mind. Not in this case. Full setup was better. Not in this case. Where do we have that at? 80. And let's make our main light a bit more tan. Tan up her skin a bit. It's a fairly tan character, so to be able to make her look pale is not good, you know. We got a little too little going on. Say right about there, maybe. That's a little. She'll have the shot on her neck. We can't really do too much about that. Reduce that light just a little bit more though. It's a little too bright. The plot sickens. The heck does that mean, man? Let's move some lights around. It's gonna be kind of hard with all these little knickknacks around her. All these little knickknack paddywhacks all around her, right? Okay, maybe not too bad. Figured we would have some struggles with all these little couches and random things around her. Because when we first did her images with the Moroccan joints, back when I first found that mod, like a month or two, what was that, like a month or two ago? We had to use a single lamp setup because there was so much around her that the lights were clipping bad all the time. But this looks good. This looks pretty good. I'm actually not feeling the green though at all. It does not match. There's no reason for it, and it doesn't look that neon anymore. Though this would have been great when we were doing Louisiana V setup. I had the neon red, the neon gold, the neon purple. We needed neon green. I had to use regular green, which didn't look as good. But right now, in this instance, with what we're doing, there is zero reason for these walls to be green and not like gold or something. Matter of fact, that's exactly what we're about to do. They'll make it a little dark in here, but as long as the light may be in front of her, we should be fine. In the case of that, though, I would rather the wall be white, which would give her more natural lighting. The gold already kind of looks better. You can't tell it's gold, which to me is perfectly fine. Because of the dark red on the carpet, the dark red on the pillows and everything, it looks great. But that green ain't working, not one. It is quite ugly and quite unnecessary in this instance. Where there's zero reason for there to be bright green. Wait, what? Oh, what the heck? I'm confused. Resize the dang wall on me, man. Okay, that's not the one I want. Oh shoot, I'm flying. Okay, you know what? That explains a lot. I'm like, that doesn't really look all that gold back there either, because it isn't. It's a little piece of gold. Why does it do that? Wait, what? Oh my goodness, it changed every dang thing. Like, something is off here. I couldn't tell what, but something. I'm like, that don't really look gold. It looked like an empty void back there. There we go. I can see the reflection. Okay, the wall on the side, though, that's not the one I wanted to be gold. We need the one right in front to be gold. That whatever this wall is right here. I think that's that wall. Or is that this wall? Get it green. It was cool. And it's clearly not an option. There's just some kind of weird thing going on with my mods here. I don't know what. Although I'm not really mad about it, honestly, because the dark red on them on the pillows is gorgeous. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Okay, yeah, this looks a trillion times better than the bright green walls, which were so dang unnecessary. And we can actually see the gold because the wall in front is white. We can actually see the gold now. So let me see something here. Let's increase the lighting of the background and then decrease the lighting on her. She's not the most tan of characters, so we're gonna have to do it like that anyways. But I would like to see more of the gold and red in the background and on the pillows. And we'll just reduce the lighting on her a little. 95 should be good. Actually, hold on. Just a little. Say too much. Let's say 94. Yeah. See what that look like. That should be the one right there. With this old Burberry looking underwear set she got on. She looks swaggy. She got that luxurious, saucy look, you know what I mean? See what that look like. That looks pretty dang fantastic. So boom. We're good. Much better than having those bright green and very unnecessary walls. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The moment I made the walls green, I was kind of looking at it. I'm like, this might not last long. I'm like, this might not last long right here. Not even gonna lie. As soon as I hit the record button and started doing the pictures, I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't working. This ain't the one. I'm trying to think though. Do I want the background to be blurry or should we have it not blurry? because it's so dark in here, it doesn't really need to be blurry. Nah, I'm gonna keep it blurry. I like the blur. Depth of field always makes it real nice. You have a target character. I mean, it's so dark in here, you technically always have a target. But, nah, yeah, it's just cleaner this way. It is just cleaner this way. You know, this is the type of stuff that I try to strive for when I do photo studio setups, unless I specifically need it to be white for like cars or like some kind of pinup style stuff. Where you might use a white room, but for the most part, it's gotta be like this, and it's gotta be some level of swag to it to really show off the look that I'm going for. Right there is good. And right to the top of her head, and boom. You know what I'm saying? Take some time to put the stuff together, but once you do, it's like perfection. Then my biggest reason, one of the biggest things I love doing my own setups always for is just ensuring that I have a bit of a difference. Like I said, I don't have access to Photoshop, so I can't get the extreme cleanliness that I be seeing some people have quite yet. But when I can, then I can take those images with those crazy setups that I build, and boom, now I got crazy setups and the ultra quality. You know what I'm saying? Although, definitely most case scenario where most people are probably not paying no types of monies for that Photoshop, because that crap is expensive. Hey, I don't blame you. I do not blame you. There are tons of people out here who be like, oh man, you shouldn't be pirating stuff. Yeah, well, companies shouldn't be robbing people either, so, you know, I'm not saying I would do it, but I fully understand why people do it. I 100% understand why people do it. Dude, I even kind of agree with it. I might not do it, but I agree with it. My problem is I just don't trust none of these dang websites. I just don't trust like that. I got too much work that I've created between music. Well, I mean, I save all my stuff, of course. But even in the case where, yeah, I got it saved, but that don't mean I feel like having to set up a whole new computer for it. I save every dang thing I do. But I also don't want to have to get a whole new computer, whole new drives, and every dang thing, and reset all this stuff up until it's absolutely necessary, where like my stuff is outdated or I can afford upgrades and whatnot. In the meantime, I cannot. So, of course, I save every dang thing I do. You know what I'm saying? Even sometimes I'll even save lesser serious stuff, kind of like all the photos I've been doing recently with my new camera. Those photos ain't serious, but I save them anyways because it's progress. It's nice to see where you started and where you're headed, you know, and how much you improve and whatnot. So I save every dang thing. However, that don't mean I want to set everything back up. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't be trusting some of these websites be looking janky as fuck. Obviously, Pirate Bay is the way to go, and there is rules, I'm sure, to Pirate Bay and how you should be moving along when you are on it and stuff like that. But I ain't trying to find out. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't trying to find out. I ain't trying to be the dang fool that gets his computer hacked because he downloaded some dumb crap off of Pirate Bay. Boom. Now I got fucking viruses like crazy, and the stuff that I haven't saved yet is gone. It's like, yeah, I ain't trying to deal with that. Feel what I'm saying? I ain't, you know what I mean? But I absolutely understand, and in most cases agree with why people sail the 7 seas. You feel what I'm saying? Whoa, there's some clipping going on? Hold on, why is that happening? I might have to take a picture of that said clipping and then send it to the person that made these. That's not safe. I ain't safety. Most people ain't. Most people aren't really sharing the pictures of what they create. But in the case of if you do, or if you just like the set and there's some clipping going on, that ain't gonna work. Which is real bold of me to say there's clipping going on in the chest area and then do a pose where, you know, her legs are fairly open. And while recording. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be careful now. But yeah, I ain't trying to figure out what is and isn't the stuff you should and shouldn't download. You know, it is what it is. I'll get the cash and get it. I got to. But for the people who enjoy sailing the 7 seas, you know, sails fully open, wind and breeze is carrying you real nice and far, and you've had a successful career, you know, sailing. Hey, keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? Especially if you're the type of person who sails the 7 seas, and then once they realize that, you know what, I guess I don't need to sail the 7 seas for this one. Then they go and, you know, do the dang thing, get the actual product, and hey, I have zero issues with that personally. Because, I mean, you know, that's an honorable way to do it. Sail the seas. See if you like what you've been sailing for. Once you're done sailing, you know, go true with it. I agree with it. But some of these companies out here making janky trash want you to spend all your money on it straight away. You know what I'm saying? Some of these companies out here with the jankiness. You know what I mean? Like Blueface said. Janky, baby, I just look like this. That is the truth. Yeah, sure, you see this real pretty lady and she's like, you're like, wow, she's the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. She janky as fuck. As soon as you get with her, she manipulating you in every single way possible. Janky, baby, she just look like that, you know what I mean? That's the truth. There's some janky people out here. There's some janky companies. They selling straight garbage and getting upset when you don't want to spend the money on it. Or like companies like Ubisoft, where they will give you something, sell you some crap, and shut it down years later. What was it, that game called The Crew? It's funny, I played that game before. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was a little too cartoony of a racing game for me. I've always been more of a Forza / Gran Turismo guy. I grew up on Gran Turismo, then started playing Forza because I haven't been on a PlayStation who knows how long. But you know, I'm always more of a realism kind of guy when it comes to my racing games. So I personally never cared for it. However, I knew that there was a fairly large community of people who loved The Crew, and then they shut it down. Like, wow, that's pretty messed up. That's the beauty of why I play a lot of the games that I play is there is no online services. It is an offline game. I don't have to worry about that. Now I know they're doing the petition where it's you know, stop killing games joint, which to me is a absolutely great thing, realistically, and should definitely become a thing because that is messed up for the people. Because there's not a lot of people who like single player games anymore. A lot of people love their online games. I see it. You know what I mean? I see it. I feel it. Me personally, I've always been an offline game kind of guy. Cyberpunk, Skyrim, Fallout, my Warcraft local servers. You know, games where the world is mine. I could do whatever the fuck I want in it. Can't nobody tell me what I can and can't do in Skyrim because it's just me. I mean, it's just me. That's like I downloaded the unofficial patch and it changed something on my depth of field for my photos. That crap about to get deleted. You know what I mean? Don't be telling me to automatically use depth of field. Auto depth of field is ugly. I need a manual depth of field. I need to be able to control that, okay? You know what I'm saying? Auto depth of field is no good. But on realistic terms, yeah, it's like that's some whack crap right there. How you gonna tell people, hey, we don't want to work on this game anymore, so we're just gonna shut down the servers to the game that you've been enjoying? That's robbery, number one. That's robbery. Absolutely. Now, yeah, people are like, oh, but there's terms of services. Man, forget you and them terms of services. Why are you making it? You know most people are not gonna read that, right? Is that the fault of people? In a technical sense, absolutely. Because you should be reading that stuff. You know what I mean? You should be. Well, most people are not. Let's keep it 100 here. Most people are absolutely not going to read that. Whether it's the fault to the people or not, it also still comes down to the fact of why are you making that a thing? That shouldn't be a thing in the first dang place. There should be no terms of services. Most of the time, people don't read terms of services because we all have the general idea that terms of service is, hey, don't pirate our games, don't copy our games and give them to your friends. That's illegal. That's what terms of services should be. At least in my personal opinion, and I'm sure most other people's opinion as well. Terms of service should be, hey, don't copy our game and don't give it to your friends for free. If they want the game, they gotta go buy it. That's why most people don't read terms of service, because that's what terms of service usually is. But now, in these new days, which is absurd to me, because now that it is a thing, you would think more people would be reading the terms of service. Like a Nintendo game, you ain't gonna ever see me buy a dang Nintendo game. Nintendo Switches, all that bullcrap. Only Switches I'm trying to get is maybe in a fucking 64 Impala, or something. You know what I mean? Hitting switches in that because I'm a West Coast dude. You feel what I'm saying? That's the only switches I'm gonna be hitting. You feel what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna tell me that anything I do in my game can be taken away from me. I purchased it. It's mine now. Okay? I don't give a crap about your little terms of service, your little rules, this and that. You know what I'm saying? This is why, like I said, I might not do it, but I have zero issues with people who decide to sail the 7 seas, because making someone buy something and then telling them they can't, or not making someone, but it's getting someone to buy something and then telling them they can't do whatever they want with that item they purchased. You lost your fucking mind. Unless it's like a gun or something, you know, you purchase a gun, don't go around shooting people. Obviously, there's consequences with that. You know what I mean? You gotta serve prison time or you get shot by a police officer. Feel what I'm saying? Don't go attacking people with knives. That has repercussions, that has consequences. But that's the basic stuff, we all know this. You shouldn't have to be explained that, hey, chasing that woman down the street with a knife is probably not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to be, you know, that's not something you really have to teach someone. That's kind of straight off the bat, you know. Putting your hand in that flame, not a good idea. Trying to run that guy over with your SUV, not a good idea. You know, there's a dude walking home late at night. He's a little scared, so hey, let me chase him down with a fucking chainsaw. Not really a good idea. These are things we know. You know what I'm saying? These are things we know. You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm purchasing a fucking game, and then all of a sudden you up and ban me out of nowhere because you had some goofy little rules that you wanted to enforce on a single player game, get the fuck out of here. Online, I understand it, because cheating in online is lame as fuck. Cheating in an online game, unless it's like GTA where they want you to grind for the next 60 hours just to make $1 million, that I understand. I was doing a lot of cheating in GTA. You know what I'm saying? I never got banned personally. Even if they do ban me, it doesn't matter to me. I haven't been on there in like 5 months. So that means nothing to me. I might hop on GTA offline to do some photos, but I've already been banned from GTA Online, so I don't really care about that. My Steam game has been banned for like, my Steam GTA has probably been banned for like the last, what, 5 years or more? No, 7 years. I think I got banned in like 2018. I don't really give a crap about that. You know, do what you need when it comes to that little online crap. But if they all of a sudden out of nowhere are like, hey, we're gonna ban you from offline, no the fuck you not. No, you not. You're gonna have some issues for sure. You know, you don't get to play your offline variant anymore. Yeah, okay. We'll see about that. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of activity. Don't tell me what I can and can't do in my offline game. And especially if it's an online game that's old and not that many people play it, keep it up. Doesn't matter if not that many people play it. You don't want to run the servers no more. Well, you shouldn't have made them. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have made them. That's like making a fucking anthill in your backyard on purpose, and then when the anthill goes to normal anthill proportions, you're like, you know, I'm gonna destroy it. I don't want this anymore. Well, why the fuck did you make it in the first place? You feel what I'm saying? That's like when you go over on the marketplace and you sell people trying to sell any marketplace where people are trying to sell cars. Which I unfortunately will not be able to get that Cadillac. The person that was selling the Cadillac, they took it down and they put it back up. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? That's like when you go on like fucking any marketplace where people are selling cars and you keep seeing all these overpriced, janky father and son projects. I get it. You and your son, y'all wanted to do a project, but your son didn't really care about it no more, or maybe you didn't care about it, maybe you couldn't afford it. But putting it up on the putting a janky mess up on the marketplace for 10 grand when you know dang well it ain't worth that much. That's stupid. You're wasting people's time and you're wasting your own time. You feel what I'm saying? If you didn't want to deal with it, then don't do it. Okay? You ran up on some random dude and you started beating the crap out of him for no reason, and now all of a sudden you don't want to deal with the consequences. That's not how it works. You gotta deal with them consequences. Y'all built an online server for a game that people enjoyed, and all of a sudden you don't want to deal with the consequences of running the server no more. Well, you shouldn't have made the server. You shouldn't have made the game. You shouldn't have made a racing game as if people all of a sudden wouldn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? If there's one thing you can guarantee, it is people are going to love one game of each category. FPS, RPG, MMORPG, okay, Battle Royale, and what's the last one? Racing, some kind of sports game. Okay? People are going to enjoy their sports, they're going to enjoy their RPGs, they're going to enjoy their MMORPGs, they're going to enjoy their open worlds, FPSs, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? They're going to. And what you gonna do? Get upset about something. Be like, hey, we're not gonna run these servers anymore because we're not making any money off of it anymore. So you shut down what people paid for. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't rock with a lot of online games these days. This is why all I do play is offline games. Because a lot of online games are like that. I mean, think about it. All these people who be buying all these skins and stuff, although I ain't gonna lie, there's a skin on Black Ops 6 that I might, maybe, get my hands on. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of fire. But I'm waiting until the next season drops, because the next season might have some heat in it too. I saw a lot of black people, a lot of black character skins in there. Okay, so I gotta hold on. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, the skin I'm looking at, you know what I mean, she cool Latina lady and all that, but you know, when it comes to that chocolate, let me stop. But nah, there really is a lot of cool looking skins that might pop up in there. But that's like that. Am I buying skins on a game I know only lasts a year? Yes. But it's Call of Duty. And I know with Call of Duty, they're going to leave those servers up for pretty much ever. You can hop on Call of Duty 1 right now. Call of Duty 1. And guess what? Them servers are still live. Good luck finding a match, but the servers are still live. You can hop on Call of Duty 1 right now and play a match. Like I said, good luck finding one because there's not very many people playing, of course. But you can definitely still play the online servers. Because Call of Duty, you know what I mean, Activision, I almost said Bethesda. Bethesda has not made a single Call of Duty as far as I know. You know what I mean? Activision and Treyarch, Infinity Ward, they know that people are going to be playing these Call of Duties for a long time. So why would we get rid of them? We wouldn't. And that's the one thing I can give love to Activision. They're not going to shut down those servers because they know people are still playing. Look at that. Look how much better that looks when we switched it to the gold from that dang green. Alright, last character. Look at the sheer fanciness of this, bruv. This was the idea I had. I was like, wait, one of these characters needs to be in a full metal looking room. Now, I kind of did this with Moroccan V, as y'all saw in the intro, where hers was mostly gold, but she had a lot of color in hers too. As where this one is just straight up steel. We'll make it nighttime too to reduce some of that light leaking if necessary. I guess it depends on what it looks like in photo mode. Let's see. Let's see here. I think it's safe to say that that's not gonna work, probably. Too dark. I don't want to rely on the lighting setup too much. This right here is perfection. Shoot, we might not even need multiple lamps for this. This might be a single lamp setup here, for all I know. Or not. Ain't even really gotta touch nothing outside of just condensing the colors a little bit. Add down a little bit, bring this down some bit, probably like 65, yeah. Bring this down a little bit, yeah, and then look at that. That is exactly how I envisioned it looking. Because I thought about this yesterday, actually. I was like, when I was heading to bed, I'm like, what am I going to do for tomorrow's, to record a photo session for Sunday? And I was like, you know what? One of these characters, I don't know who, but one of these characters are going to be in a full steel room, and it's going to look great. And this is straight up how I thought of it. And it looks exactly how I envisioned. That got me thinking, too. There are people who can't envision in their mind. How the fuck does that work? I could not imagine not being able to envision stuff before I do it. You know what I mean? Like, how do you go about things? How do you prep for things? How do you think about things? How do you know, for people who can't envision, how does it work? I don't understand it. I couldn't imagine, like if somebody said envision a big red dog with 3 heads, I can envision that. But for the people who can't, how does that work? No inner monologue, no nothing. No pre-planning, no prepping, you just... What do you do, you know? How does that all work? Okay, this dress is a lot more sheer than I thought it would be. This ain't really this character's style, but we here now, so forget it. I'm not even lying. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. But you know, how does that all, like, how does that work? You know, how does that come about? How do you just not have the ability to envision things? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because maybe it's because that's just how my brain is. That's how I've always seen things. I can envision things beforehand. Like I said, I thought about this yesterday before I was about to go to sleep. I'm like, one of these characters need to be in a full steel room because it would look amazing. Now here, I'm about to die. Now here we are, and this looks exactly how I envisioned it. Although we need to reduce the lighting just a little bit. This is exactly how I envisioned it looking in the dream. Or not the dream, because it wasn't a dream, but in my thought. I'm like, yeah, it needs to look like that. It's gonna look like that most likely because it's steel. So it's gonna give it a cloud effect. It's gonna make it look like the character's in like some kind of weird sky temple. Straight out of Warcraft type crap. Okay, yeah, you snap the picture and it becomes even more invisible. What the fuck? Somebody, when they made this, they knew what they was doing. I downloaded it because I'm like, okay, that's a clean little mini skirt. Number one, I didn't know it was gonna be that mini, and number two, I didn't know it was gonna be that half invisible. I mean, she looked great, so it ain't no complaint, that's for sure. It's not quite how I imagined it looking. But yeah, I'm like, how does that? That's a lean. Like, how does that work? I was confused the first time I heard that. And then it got me thinking again, like, how does someone like that operate, you know? Because for me, when I pre-think about things, it helps, like, quite a bit. Like if I wouldn't have been able to pre-think about any of these photos I'm doing, it's like, how do you know, where do you envision things? Like, if you're thinking about something, what's the idea behind it? I can't even explain, I can't even ask a proper question because I genuinely don't understand how that works. My brain cannot process or understand how that could work. You know what I'm saying? My brain doesn't understand it. Like, they don't have no inner monologue, no envisioning, none of that. How does that work? Like, when I'm thinking of a photo session and it all starts in my head, I'm like, okay, what would be a good idea? You know what I'm saying? You're basically talking to you got an inner monologue. You're talking to yourself of how things should go down and how you should do things. You know what I'm saying? The idea for me yesterday was well, you know what? I haven't done that many photos with my Arab characters, so I should get back on them 3. Think of some cool designs for them 3. And now, boom, here we are. And then before I went to sleep, I'm like, you know what? One of these characters need to be in a steel room. And this is exactly how I envisioned it looking. This is beautiful. This is exactly how I wanted it to look. But if you ain't got like how do you just think about, you can't think about it technically because you can't see, you can't envision or have an inner monologue. So how does it work? You know? That's the thing that gets me. How does that work? Oh, you know what? I need to turn something off real quick. This is another thing I was thinking about yesterday. This bullcrap. Locked to terrain. Yesterday, there you go. Another issue I was having, I was doing a little quick photo set on a Victoria, okay, Country V. And she kept getting stuck to the dang ground. I'm like, why does this keep happening? So then when I would lift her up off the ground, her foot was like straight up stuck. I'm like, okay. I figured it out. It's that joint, locking them to the terrain. I don't need that, man. That don't help me with nothing, as far as I can tell. Yeah, it's like, how does that work, you know? I don't know nobody who can't envision, so I don't think I could ever truly get the question for that. Unless somebody who stumbles upon this video, they are like that and they make it to the way end. I need to start putting chapters on my photo sessions so people can see specific characters that they might want to see. I ain't think about it in the past. It would probably help out quite a bit. Some people might want to see like specific characters and whatnot. I ain't think about it until recently. You know, but how does that all work? I wonder. I'll be probably wondering for a long time. Because yeah, I don't know anybody who can't. Everybody I know, family, whoever the fuck, you know, they all have the inner monologue. They all envision stuff before they do it. I'm genuinely curious though. How does that work? This is like, how do you think about the way the day is gonna go and what you should be doing within your day? Think about like things that need to be written down and whatnot. Because I have a whiteboard for saving, but like all these thought processes happen in the brain first before they make it outward. I envision them, inner monologue them and all that, and then I write them down on the board and boom, I save them just in case my memory might be whacked that day. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep or something, so memory might be a little poo. So boom, write it down, save it. Or I just have so many dang ideas that it should be written down because more than likely I got too many ideas. The possibility of me forgetting them can be fairly high. You know what I'm saying? That is a thing too, right? But it's like, if you don't have an inner monologue or you can't see or envision what needs to be done beforehand, how does that work? You know? I wonder if I could ever truly get an answer for that. I have to chat GPT it. Fucking chat GPT, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've been using that crap for like titles and whatnot, trying to figure out ways to get the views back in and rolling again. Which I am seeing some differences, so that's good too. Just staying consistent, it has been helping by quite a bit. Staying consistent, not deleting much of nothing. Ooh, crap. It's a good thing she got those on. You know what I'm saying? Staying consistent, not really deleting anything. That's like my full self. I uploaded a dang video. I accidentally uploaded 2 videos on one day. I figured one is definitely going to do better than the other. So I kept the one up and I re-hid the other one. The problem is when you re-hide videos, it's still technically uploaded. You just unlisted it until a scheduled date. So what happens is when it uploads on the date you set it to, it just re-unlists. So I did a car photo session and I completely goofed that one. So I'm like, well, knowing people and knowing the expertise in which I am good at, and that is characters, I'm 100% sure people are going to want to see some Latinas over the cars. Right? I was right in a technical sense, which is, well, I can't say I was right because I won't truly be able to know due to how poorly I uploaded the dang video. But considering, you know, I can't lie, I am pretty dang great at making characters. So obviously people are going to want to see my characters more than they're going to want to see some pre-made cars. You know what I mean? Typically, if it's car screenshots, you're going to want to see that in real life more any dang ways. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the Latinas episode instead of the cars. Man, it didn't matter how it happened, because even if it was the Latinas episode, that would have still did just as bad. I completely forgot that once the video is uploaded, you gotta re-upload it. Problem is, I didn't think I would have made that mistake of accidentally uploading 2 videos at the same time. So I deleted it off my computer because the file was huge. I'm like, alright, let me get my space back. I completely goofed that. I want to put ads on it, but at the same time, not really. Because, well, like I said, majority of what I'm doing here, obviously on purpose, is my characters. I mean, what can I say? I make great looking characters. I'm going to be more inclined to do stuff with my characters. That's just... Why is she looking that way? What is this pose? Oh, this is the pose where she's actually facing backwards. This ain't really the type of poses I would be making this character do, but at the same time, who's gonna be mad at it? Dude. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, I goofed. I'll keep it up because I'm sure it'll grab a couple of little bit of views here and there, and which it is. It was stuck at 4 views in 4 days because of how badly I did it. When I uploaded it, it said 4 days ago. You can't even see it on your feed unless you go back 4 days from where I released it, because that's where it was actually uploaded. All I did was what the heck they call it? All I did was hide it. I unlisted it. I didn't actually, you know, take it down or nothing, and then re-upload it for a proper day. I'm like, okay, I messed up. We'll just keep it there, whatever. Which was the better move any dang ways, because I know most people like to see the characters and stuff. Which makes sense. I did say if I'm gonna do anything in terms of vehicles, it's gotta be real life for me. Which is true. It makes more sense to do real life photos than it does video game car photos. You know, with the real, I mean, yeah, the video game can display like how much of an ability I can have to make it look real. But why make it look real? It can just simply be real. No. Now don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna sit. I can sit here. I ain't gonna sit here and toot my own horn, but I am pretty dang good at making the cars look realistic. But for me personally, I would rather it be a real car. You know what I'm saying? Dude, for all I know, with the way I do things and how efficient I am at it, I even see more people photos and stuff. Gotta give me a more dedicated vehicle though. I need something better. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Boys, definitely, I'm far from wealthy. That's for sure. That's what I'm working on, hoping to achieve here on YouTube with my photography and Instagram and all that. It's gonna be tough because YouTube is so viciously saturated right now. Everyone and their mother is flocking to YouTube, and like I said, I can't blame nobody but myself, because had I not did what I did, shoot, I probably would have had a successful YouTube channel years ago. But that's all good. Some things that you gotta do anyways that a lot of people aren't willing to do. A lot of people still do not trust putting ads on their videos. I don't know why, but hey, you know, makes things easier for me. Whenever I could drop an ad or two, I just dropped I put a little bit on the lighting guide. The lighting guide I did for Cyberpunk, I just put some on that because I think that's something that would help out a lot of people who are trying to get into that virtual photography or photography as a whole, because what I said in that video stands true to real life as well. You know what I need to do, as a matter of fact, when I get me some money, is I need to buy 3 of the, I got this little lamp. It has lighting control and all that. I use it for my photos, and I need to buy 2 more. get the same lighting setup in the game that I and get it in real life. That'd be sick and extremely helpful. I need 3 of them joints. Lightweight, easy to move. That's honestly why in terms of a vehicle, I am what you would call a late bloomer for sure. Okay, some of us out here, I ain't even gonna sit here in front and sit here and lie to you. The few times I have driven were without a license, which is very illegal. Okay, not gonna lie to you, right? So I'm trying to stop doing that. Okay, typical hood dude activities. I'm trying to stop that. So I've been studying, getting my license soon, and I want, more than likely I'm gonna be leaning toward a van. Specifically a passenger van. I fucking love vans. Astros, I found a few Astros. I'm an old school dude, y'all know me. Okay, I'm not old, but I'm old at heart. Okay, I love my old school vehicles. There's a couple of people I found selling some 90s Astro vans. If I could get my hands on a van, I can move my light systems around, my cameras, plus it's a van, so it's unassuming. Most people aren't looking at vans to rob, to know if there's expensive equipment. You know, they're not looking at that. They see a van as like, well, actually it's not even they see a van, they're not seeing no van. People don't give a crap about vans. I fucking love vans. Vans are some of the coolest vehicles ever. They're big, they're practical, you know, they're robust. It's a large canvas, especially if you love customizing. Vans are great vehicles. And they're also great for transporting. If I got a whole bunch of expensive equipment, I don't want it in some fancy looking Jaguar or something. Number one. Number two, I can't afford that, okay? Can't afford that right now. When I can in the future, then yes, that'll be great. But right now, I ain't got that. You know what I'm saying? So a van would be cool. I know one thing I need to stop doing though is I'm looking at these fucking behemoth of vans. I'm not looking at Astros enough. I need to be looking at more Astros and not these gargantuan B350 Dodge Caravans and crap. Or not Caravan, but shoot, way bigger than a dang Caravan. You know, I'm looking at some oversized vans, so I need to scale down a bit. Maybe scale down to like a G20 or something. I love G20s. They're not super huge. They're not small, but they're not super huge. The one van I was looking at, which is way too fucking big for normal everyday usage. Okay, look it up yourself if you need to. A 96 to 2002 Dodge Ram van B350 wagon. Them things are massive. The problem I have with that van that scares me a little bit is, as big as that thing is, they only weigh 46 to 5,400 pounds. Now, I know some people are thinking, but vans are real empty. No van at that size should be that light. It's like a school bus. You see the sheer size of a school bus? Most school buses probably weigh 10 to 11 tons at best, which is not good when a thing is that big. I mean, think about it. You take a full-on 40-foot cab-over school bus, it weighs 11 tons. That's about 22,000 pounds. No vehicle that big should only weigh 22,000 pounds. You look at a city bus. City buses are about the same size. They're way heavier. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, like 19 tons, which is like what, 30-ish thousand pounds? That's a big difference for two vehicles that are the same size. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with them B350 Dodge joints. They're massive. Massive, massive vans. I'm looking for one last good pose. I don't know what though. So busy talking about vans. This is why I couldn't do the behind the scenes videos no more, because this is exactly what would happen. I would be so busy talking about something that I would no longer be paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Can't say no to this one. You know what I'm saying? I would no longer be paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is photos. I'm now just talking about whatever the fuck. Them vans are huge. Probably breaching like 22 feet long, 23 feet long. They're massive. They make excursions look small. Yet if you look at those two vehicles, if you put one of those vans next to an excursion, the excursion probably has 2,000 pounds on it, which is not good. I understand that for a cargo van, but a cargo van at that size, here's the issue. G20s, Okay, way smaller van. It's a big van, don't get me wrong, but it's a way smaller van. Them things usually weigh up to 56 to 5,700 pounds, which you would expect from an SUV slash van of its time. The B350 dwarfs a G20 by quite a bit, and yet it weighs probably 400 pounds less. And then you look in the side of that thing, inside of it, it's just a big old metal box, just like a dang school bus. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this one. You roll over in this thing, and it's most definitely certain death. The problem is, because it's so dang light, it can happen. Oh, there we go. That's a full 10. So, but yeah, I'm mostly looking at van. Okay, no more driving around. Oh, well, number one, I need a dang. Yeah, like I said, I'm out here messed up. Okay. The vehicle I've ever driven was a dang Expedition. There you go. I'm not looking at nothing too fancy. Okay, there's a lot of cheap cars out there with high horsepower. I'm not. I've only ever driven a dang Expedition, and those don't have a super ton of power. There you go, peoples. There's a full 10. Absolutely spectacular looking images. All these came out heat. All these came out heat. And that's it. That's a full 30 set. You enjoyed this video, my good peoples? I'm gonna need you to do a couple things. Okay? Look here, my good peoples. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell, share with your peoples, join the legendary clan, support channel, become legendary. I do all things photography and cinematics, virtual, real life. Yes, sir. Camera back in action. And sometimes AI. With that being said, I always say sometimes AI. I haven't done AI photos in who knows how long. But anyways, check out Instagram. That's where I post most of these photos, even for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram. Patreon is not yet completed, but when it is, I'm most likely going to be transporting everything from Deviant to Patreon, or maybe I'll keep Deviant. I don't know, we'll see. But you know, check out the gaming channel if you want. Check out the music channel. That's where you hear all this background music. With that being said, oh, consider becoming a member. Got little perks and stuff. You can see videos early. Some videos might be for the channel, for the specialties only. With that being said, though, I'm out.